Check 1 2. What's happening, everybody? Hey, this is Josh, producer of Little Top, and we're gonna spend a little time this morning, really just watching me build up a new version of Little Top. So I'm gonna go live here. Whoops, hold on, I haven't went live yet. Stand by. All right. Maybe y'all can see me now. How's everybody doing? Sorry, it's been a while since I streamed live on YouTube. So basically all I'm going to do today is just you're going to sit here with me while I work on a new version of Little Top. We're going to be doing a PT version so I can do like some motivational running videos, blah, 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 stuff like that. So as you can see here, I'm going to look over here on my YouTube page just to make sure this is coming through right. Tell you what, if y'all log on or if you see this right now, hold on. Unlike Facebook, I really can't tell if anybody's on here or not, so let's see. Well, I'll just go ahead and keep going. I think I'm recording this anyway, and I am. Alright, so anyway, so what I did is I went in with Little Top and I went ahead and chose, I don't know, kind of the base version of the civilian one. So as you can see here, this is the one that I had before. I got this AAF shirt, which I love, Abe Lincoln with like a Vulcan cannon for an arm. But it's pretty simple. Now over here to the right, you can get a good idea of the whole breakdown of the puppet in Photoshop, which eventually go on over to Character Animator. So right now it's just broke down into two main folders, which are the head and the body. But within the head, you can see there's all kinds. So there's a front version, left quarter, left profile. It also goes, whoops, as you were, right quarter, right profile. Whoop. So, and then the body isn't broke down in all those different versions, but what it is done, it's broke down kind of in the, you know, the legs, the shirt and pants here, and right arm and left arm are in their folders because there's a certain structure that has to be done when you're working in Character Animator in order for it to link up first so you can move your guy. Okay, so anyway, so this was the original First Sergeant Civilian that I had. So what I did was I went ahead and hid all of the other things, and I started going into Google and just looking for images. So I went in, let me step into the body here. Let's see what we got. I don't know why I'm not seeing this, so give me 1 second to step through this. Boop, leg. Probably the hardest thing that I've learned throughout this is keeping everything structured correctly. Because to be honest with you, okay, here we go. So I went in, you can get lost in all of these different layers in Photoshop, and if they're not set up correctly, when you pull them into Character Animator, they're just not going to animate real well. So if y'all got any questions, make sure you write them in here. What's up there, Sergeant Major? Hope you're doing all right. So I got my Little Top. You can see I got his the army body and the army pants here, and that's just in one layer because it's really not going to move too much. I then went in and created a right arm. Let's see, this needs to go right. Okay, so I created this right arm, and there's a couple versions. There's this one, and then there's your normal one. Now you can see when I go to this extended one, it's kind of blocking over the army here. That's because you kind of got to choose whether you want your arm in front of, behind your body, depending on what they're going to do. And there's some advanced tricks you can do if you go over and watch OK Samurai and the Adobe tips and tricks that I haven't watched all of this as far as the triggers and stuff. I'm just telling you kind of how I'm doing it. But so anyway, so I went ahead and created this right arm because it looks like it's a running arm, and then created, boom, left arm. All right. So these are kind of, so I'm going to end up, when I'm going to go into After Effects, and I'm going to have to kind of move these to get the running. So what my plan is I'll create this Little Top and just kind of create a run cycle and have that. as a QuickTime movie with an alpha channel that I can pull into anything and use in any of the animations. Roger. So now the legs are a little tricky because you have a right leg down, but you also need a right leg up if he's going to be running. Whoop, like this. So I've created these for both the right leg and the left leg. And what we'll do is we'll just keep left leg up. So you can see that right there. All right. Morning, Stock. How you doing? All right. So here we got a little top here. Just a base PT little top with his PT belt, which everybody hates. But this should be uniform. I'll tell you what, the socks are wrong, aren't they? Let's go in here. Now, you know Sergeant Major sees this. Why can't I see them socks there? They need to be over the ankle. I know it's ridiculous, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to the right leg down. I'm going to go ahead and let's paint some socks in that bad boy. Didn't have to be anything crazy. All I'll do is just come in here, make sure my brush is on a hard line. It is. And I'll just paint some socks in. I'll be honest, building these characters like this is one of my favorite things to do because you can spend hours working on it. It really is. It gets a lot harder when it comes time to pull it in and create the animations and the stories and everything. All right, there's one sock. Let's get over to that left leg. Painting this sock. Remember, Army, I think you're allowed to have black socks now in the Army, which is kind of crazy. But, all right, so there we go. How does that look? So from a distance over the ankle, so that way no Sergeant Major's hollering at you. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and save off PT top right here. Let's go ahead and go into After Effects. And I created a little top running, but I think I'm going to have to change it up because I've changed some of the layers just as we were sitting there talking. So I'll go ahead and delete that. We'll start fresh here. Okay, I don't know if y'all have used After Effects a lot. You meet a lot of people say, oh yeah, I know After Effects. Look, you can spend 1,000 years in After Effects and it's a continual learning process. I will tell you that if you want to get into television or post-production, that this is the game changer, because I've met a lot of news photographers and video editors and that say I can edit video or I can shoot, but if you don't know After Effects, you're putting a ceiling on what you can go do, just in my opinion. So I recommend you take the time to try and learn After Effects. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and import old PT Little Top right here. All right, while I'm on, okay, now here's one thing. It's asking me when I'm importing this Photoshop, there's a ton of files. So it's saying, do I want as a composition or footage? Well, I want as a composition because I'm going to have to go in there and I'm going to have to, animate each of those different layers. So we're going to go ahead and go competition. Did I say competition? Composition. If you look over to the left, you can see this little film strip thing here. It says PT Top. And then you can look in the layers. These are all the actual layers here off to the left of what my puppet looks like. So you can see it's actually a whole lot to it. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and open PT Top. There's my man. What's happening there? Little top. All right, and then we'll go ahead and step in. What we'd like to do is maybe make, I'd say maybe a we'll say 10-second animation. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our composition settings. Let's go and just set this. I don't know why it's at 1:25, but we'll go ahead and set this just for about 10 seconds because we're going to want this to be a loopable item that I can just use in an animation at some point and just loop it over and over again. So, all right, so now underneath here, my timeline is just 10 seconds. All right, inside this PT Top composition, there's 3 other compositions. There's a right leg, left leg, and this little top. Let's go ahead and double-click little top. Double-click body. That is strange. Alright, let's step back over to Photoshop. Let's make sure everybody is where it needs to be here. we've got head over here in the files, a little top, my character, head, body. Ah, PT uniform's not in body. See, I'm already messing up. PT uniform needs to be, let's see, underneath these other two folders. Oh, this drives me crazy. Bear with me. Sure, there's some of y'all that are watching this where I am driving you crazy watching this happen. I apologize. There we go. Alright, so everything is where it needs to be. Everything in the body's in the body, except my right leg and left leg. I think they also need to be in the body, so let's just pull them in there also. But we'll pull them down underneath where the uniform is. I swear. Alright, how's that look? Alright, we can go ahead and save that Photoshop file. Hey, Stock, you have a good day too, buddy. Alright. Alright, so anyway, so I've got my, looks pretty good, right? I think all my folders are in order now. I apologize for the delay. Let's go ahead and step back over. I'm going to delete all this. And let's pull that little top character back in here. File, import, PT top. It is a composition like we talked about before. I'm going to open up top. Alright, there's my man. So we'll open him up here. Let's just start. The head's going to be good to go. And honestly, chances are I'm probably just going to hide this head when I create this animation, because in the end, I'm going to want to put my little top's head on there later. So we're not going to work in the head too much. Alright, now let's step into the body. Alright, there's a whole lot going on here. We have the right arm, left arm, the PT uniform itself. Then we have the legs. So first thing to do, let's start with this right arm. You double click and step into it. The only part of the right arm we're going to use is the one that has the eyeball here. It's the one that's showing, this little rotated one. Now, if you do these little triangles and drop them down, you can move into transform and you can get your anchor point. See? So what I want to do is I want to adjust right where that shoulder is, like this. I want that to be on the top, right where that shoulder is. So if I step back and look at him, well, it looks like it's fitting pretty well, right? So now when I do this rotation where the little top's running, oh yeah, looks like he's running or doing something perverted, but alright, so, and now we have to step in and do the left arm the same way. Do a little drop down, transform, drop it down, got this anchor point. Let's go ahead and drag. You can see the anchor point right here. That's the center point. So we're going to go ahead and drag his shoulder joint where I want it to rotate to right about there, and we will put that back up in here. Alright, I appreciate y'all tuning in. So I don't normally do this, but I was just going to kind of go live as I work on this new little top. Alright, so it looks like left arm and right arm are both in place here. And little top still looking good. That left arm could probably move up just a little. Maybe right there. How's that? Alright, close enough. Now, let me think here. Let's say, let's just do it in 10 frame increments, alright? So let's go to right arm, and at 10 frames, I need to go ahead and come over here to rotation, hit the stopwatch, which means I'm going to begin keyframing. Alright, so I'm going to put a keyframe at the beginning with a little top's arm like this. And then at 10 seconds, let's just go ahead and rotate that arm. Let's say 35 degrees. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Want it right. So how about we'll do negative 36. All right, so negative 36. If you step back, you can see that's happened here, but now we need the left arm to back off. So let's go ahead and hit that rotate. Remember, do a keyframe in the beginning, but on this one, we'll come here. Let's see how that looks. I don't know if anybody really runs with their arms out quite that far. So let's pull it back into maybe here. I just don't want the hands to be hidden. Okay, so it's like that. All right. So then we go to another 10 frames. You can look over here to the left. If you want to go straight to certain frames, you can just type them in. It's really the easiest thing to do. Then let's pull this back out to here. Now, what was the left arm? It was, oh, it's really just kind of parallel on what we do, isn't it? Let's say 28. This left arm will come on over to, all right, looking pretty good, right? Oh, I'm messing up, huh, guys? I need to go to 20 frames. 20 frames, then rotate it. Okay, and once you do that, you can go and you can just copy these keyframes. Boom. 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 And what this should do, it's not the smoothest thing. Let's see what happens when we easy ease. F9's an easy ease, and what it does, it lets you slowly move into stuff. I don't know, it looks a little weird. Let's see how Top's doing here. AC4 Matador, editing. I've been working in After Effects probably, I think I got my first version in maybe 98 or 99, and didn't know really what I was doing. And honestly, I've never taken a course in After Effects or Photoshop. But you know, the amazing thing about this with Linda and some of the other things like that, you can learn a lot of these software packages without actually having to go to school for them. So I went to graduate from college in 2000, and kind of late because I went to the Army first, and then I worked a bunch of jobs and figured out I need to go ahead and finish school. But so I'd say since about really 2000 is when I got my first job, in 2001 at a TV station, and then it was just editing since then. But I appreciate it. I don't know if I make it look fluid, especially because I've had to back up a couple times. But all right, let's see. So let's see if what. That's weird. Looks like Little Top's got a rash. It doesn't look like anything else. But I'm gonna go ahead. We'll go ahead and continue with this whole setup here. Boom. So I know that this one is back. That one is front. So then I can just keep going every 10 seconds. Bam. Alright. That's left arm. So let's go ahead and step in and do the same thing to the right arm. So at 20 seconds, this should be in the back position. Right about in there somewhere. So I'll go ahead and copy, and then I'll just hop on up to minute, go ahead and Control V paste, go back, copy them all, another 10 frames, Control V paste, copy them all, Control V paste. See, eventually you do this, it starts to build on itself, and it should work out pretty well. Alright, now in theory, I don't know what this is going to look like. Let's see if it looks like Little Top's running. Oh, that's not too bad, huh? All right, now it comes down to we have to do the same thing with every 10 frames with the legs. It's a little trickier, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't done this before. So let's just look and see if we can make this look right. So inside the body, we've got the left leg. Now, if we go to 10 frames, and some of y'all that know After Effects are probably going to look at this and say, Josh, there's a much easier way. I recognize that, all right? I by no means think that this is the best way to do this, okay? I am trying to figure this out as I go. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of breaking down. We've got these layers. So we've got a left leg up and a left leg down. And what I need is for it to just kind of pop back and forth like that. And I need it to pop back and forth, matching what's happening with Little Top. So I know that every 10 frames, we're switching. So I'm just kind of, let's see here, left leg down. So you can see it's left leg down here and then down again here. Boom. So if I just go every 10 frames and put left leg down for 10 frames, then I do Command Shift D to split the layer, then skip it 10 frames. This may be a very backwards way of doing this, guys. In fact, feel free, if y'all know a better way, write it in down there. I would really like to know if I'm doing this a harder way than it needs to be. So what's happening is, down, boom. I should be able to go to this. Just slide it, boom. If you hit the shift key when you're sliding one of these layers, it'll pop to kind of where another layer in the composition is. So it makes it kind of easy. So let's see if, let's go look at Little Top and see if it looks like he's running. Ooh, not at all. Well, that's gonna work. I may have to rethink this a little bit. Alright, I see I got 5 people in there watching. Appreciate y'all watching. Chime in here on that live chat right there. Let me know if you know of a better way to do this animation with these legs down here other than this. So I'll be honest, this isn't the smoothest looking thing I've ever seen. I'll go ahead and finish it. Go ahead and, you know, keep doing this every 10 frame thing. But I'm not sure this is the best way to make this happen. Hope y'all are having a good holiday though. It's kind of manic around here. I am. That's why I'm in here so early doing this, because once this day kicks off, we haven't had much time to do anything at all. That's why I haven't gotten any new Little Tops out to you, which I apologize. But there's some funny stuff in the works. There's some stuff I'm working with some other companies, which should be pretty cool. And I had a Christmas song that I was going to release, and I'm still trying to get out. So I'm hoping here, you know, around the end of the week, I'm going to have a little bit more time to do something fun. I don't have any, and we're working on more of a, I'd say long form, because the average Little Top's been about 1.5 to 2 minutes. Kind of seems to be the standard. We're trying to do like a 5 to 10 minute version, which is a ton of work, quite honestly. And I mean, I love doing it. It's just time consuming. I have a 1.5-year-old daughter. She soaks up quite a bit of time. But it's, okay, we'll get to it hopefully sooner than later. Oh, C4, what's happening over there in Germany? Oh, hey man, half days are nice. I can remember being on half days and getting out of there early, especially like if you're actually around during the holidays and, you know, and everybody takes off on leave and stuff, then if you have to stick around, it's not too bad because you know nothing's going to, you know, everything's going to be kind of chill. Hope it's nice over there in Germany. Maybe we'll get some good Christmas snow. I was over there in October in Hohensfeld, ran up to Nuremberg for a little while. It's a good time, man. You like that duty station over there? I was never actually stationed there permanently. We just ended up going there for JMTC. But I do appreciate the EOD community. Honestly, the EOD community has been super supportive. Honestly, they're the biggest followers I have. You all crack me up with your sense of humor and occasional entitlement, but it's funny if nothing else. All right, let's take a look at Little Top trying to run here. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. That really looks like he's running. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Well, man, I hope you get back to the States soon. Anytime you're overseas and doing your time, man, getting back stateside is like the biggest weight off your shoulders. I know it sounds ridiculous. I mean, you don't have to be in Iraq and Afghanistan to appreciate what it is, what it's like back stateside. I know that. I think Europe's amazing, but for me, you never quite stop caring. I know. Keeping your head on a swivel, for lack of a better term, when you're not home. You know, there's something to be said for, in my opinion, small town America, where I can just go walk down the road without always watching the sides of it. I think you understand what I'm talking about. you all and your entitlements. Let's see, are you a Army or Navy EOD there, C4? Alright, so you see what I'm doing here, how I'm just kind of alternating the legs back and forth. A little time consuming, I know. Doesn't look that good, I know, but it's a means to an end. The point is like, I created this mix, this song mix, which I'm not a sound designer, but I was super proud of it, to be honest with you. And it's just a bunch of quotes and stuff like that. It's a good pre-run workout, so I'm going to create Little Top doing this run, and it's really to make younger Joes find their angry place. The problem with soldiers today is they just don't know how to handle use their anger as a tool. They get all mad now and they just quit. As a point, when I got mad, I usually was operating at a higher level because of that. Just got to learn to use your angry. Ah, C4. Crack me up. Yeah, as you know, if you watch his videos, my brother was Navy EOD. That's really just how I even got, you know, to know how that community was. And we had some Navy EOD cats down where we were in Iraq. Pop in one day, but good people, good people. All right. Left leg. Let's see, we want... Good Lord, look how, okay, so you see how I split all these layers up? This is a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. And I don't know if it's the best way to do it. So we got a couple other people chiming in. Hey, let me know where you are and what you're doing. Yeah, don't you all go to a lot of the same schools, all you EOD guys, don't you? Alright, let's see. Let's check out this Little Top as a whole. It's just going to be left leg, but what if this is running? Will that work? It's kind of weird looking. I'm not going to lie. Maybe... Well, you can't really ease it. That's a good. I know the answer to that question there, Sergeant Major. AC4. This is this Takey's mom right here is a Sergeant Major. Her last name's Major, so it's kind of awesome you get to call her Sergeant Major. But there are some female EOD techs. Maybe that's your next step, Sergeant Major. How long's that Army school? I know my brother was in school for that shit forever. Hold on just 1 second, guys. So right now I'm in here working on live on YouTube here. My partner Albert just walked in. We're just working on this, trying to get this run. Just recording the process of trying to get this run down.
You partners?
I call you my partner?
You did.
Partners and someone I work with.
Right.
Closely.
Intimately. All right.
Oh yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, the legs. It's not real smooth, to be honest with you. Let's see, body, left leg, right leg. So, I'll show you what I did. Well, with the left leg, look, I just alternated.
Oh yeah.
But it's not smooth. It really doesn't matter. You're just gonna probably see him from the top up running anyway. So, look, I did this one. Oh, thanks. Okay, so C4 here is EOD over in Germany right now, and heard me call you partner. It's not that kind of partner, dude. Jesus. So
or is it C4?
You can see on here, like, I'll be honest, y'all, the live streaming on YouTube's kind of new. So the way it works here, the chat's here. And 3 people watching. I know one of them's a friend of mine down in Louisiana.
Yeah. Cool.
It's a new Army, brother. Yeah. Yeah.
It flies.
It is. It is. All right, let's see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and step on over to the right leg now. Right leg. Let's see. Boom. Thing is, I know that it's got to be the opposite, right? So down, then up. I just got to go over here, see, that's what I thought I was going to do. So this needs to be the opposite. So this needs to stay down. While we're on here, since my wife never watches it, hey, what can I get my wife for Christmas out there in YouTube world? What's something that I could get my wife for dealing with all my ridiculous stuff all year long for Christmas that would make her happy?
Little Top Coffee mug.
A Little Top coffee mug. Boy, that would be a shameless plug right now, wouldn't it? If you haven't went to my YouTube or my Facebook page, please do so, because there is a complete line of Little Top articles that you can purchase at your pleasure. I put a post up last night, said we're probably going to break 13,000 followers on Facebook, which is crazy. Thank you, everybody. That being the case, that's like a division size element, so I make Little Top Army t-shirts and fill the ranks. Everybody can have a position. The thing is I need a good SSI. So I was trying to think, what kind of shoulder patch could we have for Little Top? So if you got any ideas, or you're a graphic designer, feel free to throw something in the mix. If I get some, you know, we get some good stuff banged out, I'll make stickers and all that, and maybe even make some downloadable membership prints. Just something for this next year. What's up, Nick, over at Fort Knox? How you doing? We're just, if you're just tuning in right here, you can see we're working on Little Top. Let's go ahead and, this is the PT version, so I'm trying to create a run cycle. Let's see. Oh, it looks horrible. Why is it happening like that? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Looks all right here. Give me some feedback while I got you guys on here. 19th Engineer Battalion, Nick, appreciate your service, buddy. What's the weather like over there at Fort Knox? I bet it's cold. I was never actually stationed at Fort Knox. Seemed like everywhere I was the hotter places on Earth. Louisiana, good Lord. Also, if y'all are watching this, let me know what your favorite Little Top videos were. Only because I'm trying to, you know, I don't want to continue, like, making the backstory was a lot of fun for me, but I don't want to bore everybody, you know, with the backstory if that's not the kind of stuff they like. I know everybody wants the interactions in Iraq, so we're going to continue to do those, because if nothing else, it lets you take a look back at that whole debacle. But let me know what your favorite ones were. Okay, Seaboard, the arms move at the same time. Yeah, okay, the arms, what's different? So the arms are on a keyframing. So what it is like I have one arm that I'm moving left and right, but in the legs, I've got an up leg and a down leg, which is two separate layers. So this is easy, because I can just rock this arm back and forth, right? So if you come over to the body, try and not look at the legs, but see, that looks like I'm running, right? Now, I'm doing that key, so it should be, all right, let me think. So you're trying to think when I run, oh man, oh, you're saying if the right arm is up, then that leg's back, huh? Is that what you're saying? I think I've got this swapped here. That should be an easy fix, but maybe that's why it looks strange. I'm doing it 10 frames each. It just looks weird because you've got that nice fluid movement with the arms, but it's a hard cut. Okay, I see what you're saying. So let's go ahead and switch it. Let's start with the right leg. What we're going to do is we're just going to slide everybody to the left. One, boop, like that. So that's right leg, and here's left leg. Good Lord, look at all those layers. But we're going to slide everybody left one section. And in theory, that should work, right? It should swap when the legs are hitting. Let's check them out now. I don't know, man. It looks kind of weird. Major, you want to see Jessica cry over Little Top? All right, the true story of that is Jessica never cried over Little Top. Jessica is based on a real person who pretty much blew Little Top off. Actually, that does look a little better, C4. You were right about that. Thank you. And this thing doesn't have to go on forever. That's good. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay. All right, I appreciate that, buddy. We will move on from here then. Once I get this to like a certain point. Oh, shit. Once I get it to a certain one, I can just loop it and then do it for whatever. So, I appreciate y'all tuning in. What I'll do is, I assume y'all are following Facebook. I know Major is, and I hope y'all are too. But I'm going to go ahead and I'll throw up a link for my motivational running song. We'll see what y'all think. Again, I am not a music designer, but it gets my blood pumping. If y'all didn't know, oh, sorry, Major there, she was, I'd see her every morning and every evening picking up that chow. Like watching her yell at people, as long as it wasn't me. Remember her yelling at me one time, you keep my truck in line or something like that. Bossy. Let's see. So I hope y'all see as far as here in After Effects what I'm doing. After making the change, C4 gave me, let's see. Hey, C4, you can give me your first name so I quit calling you C4, or is that what you want to go by? C4 the Matador. Went to Germany and bought a... Well, that would not be appropriate. Finish that statement. Especially as C4 is happily married. Connor. Alright, buddy. Let's see. If you all have not got presents for anybody and you need some, or you got anybody that wants a veteran type present, you should talk to Major. She does custom embroidery and stuff like that. She makes some cool stuff. But also check out my Amazon page that I like applied for this Amazon affiliate thing. So Little Top can have his own page, and it's honestly it's just gifts that I think are cool. So but if you're struggling to figure out what to give for somebody, check it out. And if you choose one of those, I get a tiny little fraction of a like commission. Certainly isn't quit your job style commission, I assure you. Alright, we're looking pretty good here. Hey, if any of y'all seen Star Wars, don't say anything, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. I've not seen it yet. Major, yes. Maybe they need to do... Hey, listen to this, Connor. So anyway, so I dropped this a while back, a couple years ago. I dropped off this private for KP, right? This dude's kind of a pain in the ass anyway. I'm not going to say any names. But always getting in trouble, always got some drama. So I drop him off KP. It's a good place for him, right? So he ends up getting all pissy, goes and hides in a vehicle. Do you remember this, Major? And so we're thinking he went AWOL and left the post. So I've got to send up a SIG. This is a commander's got to know this. Push it up the chain of command that we have an AWOL, and that Nimrod is asleep in the deuce and half on the other side of the compound. You remember that? I ought to say what his name is just to call him out. It's interesting how certain soldiers are always a bigger pain in the ass than others. Alright. Here we go. Alright, this should, in theory, look like Little Top's running. Dun 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 dun. Oh, is it? I'll tell you what, it's 28 degrees, Nick. That's cold, buddy. Alright, guys, let's see. Alright. Well, there we go. So we got Little Top and a little run. Showed you how I put them together. Showed you the different layers. We got a little run cycle. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's 7. It's going to be a long day. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Connor, my man, it's good talking to you. Nick, stay warm. Major, try not to yell at people like I know you do. I'll probably post this up on Facebook also. And take a look out for Little Tops running a motivational video coming out soon. All right, guys. It's good talking to you. Y'all take care. Little Top out.